details with regards to the investigation that has been carried out pertaining to the sound of explosion that was heard by Israeli embassy officials, and thereafter, remember, the security agencies were certainly in a tizzy. The investigation, which is now being carried out by the National Investigation Agency along with the Delhi Police Special Cell, we're just getting more details of the investigation that has been carried out so far. Some specific details that we have as of now at our disposal, starting with the fact that where did the blast actually take place. We're being told that the noise of the blast was heard at a house which is 260 meters from the Israeli embassy. This house happens to be on the backside of the Israel embassy. In fact, this area is not marked or essentially covered by the CCTV. That's the latest that we are being told. The spot has been cordoned off. Shrubs and leaves that were basically in and around that area have been plucked by the forensic examination team. Both the BDS as well as the NSG teams were at the spot earlier in the day. A total of roughly over 20 hours of search that has been carried out. Remember, the confusion essentially emanating from the fact that the agencies, immediately after they received the PCR call, roughly around 5:43 in the late evening, they could not really come across any explosive material. That is the reason why, remember, the search actually continued till about late last night. Also in the morning, we had another team of the National Investigation Agency as well as the NSG really stepping in. It turns out the National Investigation Agency would also be parallelly investigating this entire matter, because from this particular, what we are being told right now is the fact that a letter which was written in Hindi addressing the Prime Minister of Israel was recovered from the spot. Does it belong to any particular group? Sources within the Delhi Police Special Cell essentially indicating that a name of a particular organization was also written in that letter that was recovered by the police. As of now, with regards to the investigation that is being carried out, they haven't really been able to pinpoint as to who exactly is responsible, whether at all this is some sort of an explosion, even if it is a firecracker that actually burst. Those details are yet to come in from the police at this point in time, as the searches still continue, and the National Investigation Agency also looking into this aspect. Remember, late last evening, we are also being told that the exit points were also being manned, so much so that all flights leaving from the national capital, especially international flights, they too were being monitored by the agencies concerned, because they were looking at who exactly was responsible. As far as the Israel embassy goes, they still maintain that they did actually hear any sound of explosion, and that happened just barely few meters away from the Israel embassy. Remember, that's a highly fortified area in the national capital where the sound of explosion actually was heard. And moment thereafter, when the embassy officials stepped out, they saw smoke billowing out from a tree nearby. And it turns out that this was roughly about 260 meters away from the Israeli embassy. That happens to be on the rear end, is what we are being told right now from our sources within both the agencies. The National Security Guard have also been roped in to carry out the probe. Now, as far as Israel embassy is concerned, remember that entire area is still been cordoned off. Section 144 was actually imposed when there were multiple threats that were actually received by the Israeli embassy. So it certainly is on the radar of several of these groups. These are the latest details that we are picking up as far as the investigation goes. We'll try and see if we can connect with any of the reporters right now, getting us more details. I'm told that Akil is joining us on this broadcast. Akil, walk us through the details that you are getting for us right now. What is it that the police have been able to establish so far?
What we know so far, that earlier when that incident happened yesterday last evening around 5:43 p.m. and then after that the local police have been called up over there. Delhi police local team have reached over there, and then after that we saw that a special cell unit team also roped in, and then the NIA team have been called in. The NIA team have started that investigation from that point, and after that what we saw this morning, the fresh development, that another team have roped in this morning itself around 10:45 p.m. when the NIA team, and apart from that the NSG team also reached over there to check over there and complete the investigation process at the very ground level. Because what has happened when that incident took place, the witness over there last evening said that there was a sound after which the police has been informed that the police squads were there, and they have been working on the bomb disposal team have been called in, and then after that it was clear that there was no such major damage which was being done by the suspects. Or in this case, the latest update that we are getting in this case, that a letter has been found by the police team investigating the case, and that letter is crucial, is a very crucial evidence in this case, because the letter is written with a letterhead which identifies itself as Sir Allah Resistance. So there is no clarity on that part, what kind of organization that Sir Allah Resistance is. And what we know so far, that abusive words were used, threatening words were used in that letter. Apart from that, what we know so far, that the letter was found wrapped in an envelope which was enclosed in a flag. So that was a major concern. What we know so far, that the letter was basically being written in the name of it was basically addressed to the ambassador of Israel embassy. So the latest input that we are getting, that police is still waiting for FSL report. So what we saw earlier this morning, Shravan,
thank you very much.
all the CCTV footages were approximately 500 CCTV footage, and approximately 5 million calls were being checked, and the police have
Akhil, thank you very much for getting us the latest details. Investigation that's still underway.